From ghoulies and ghosties.
From ghoulies and ghosties.
And long-leggedy beasties.
And long-leggedy beasties.
And
things that go bump in the night. Good Lord! Deliver us.
Deliver us.
Hello there and good evening. Tonight, I, CountDrahoon, present to you yet another edition of Interviewed by a Vampire. We're switching things up this evening. Usually I have a horror-related guest or usually someone that has something to do with films. But tonight, we're focusing on music. I had the privilege of meeting tonight's guest. He performed for myself and for my co-host Scufflemus Treeman at one of our more recent outings at Cedar Glade Brews, but he's been conducting some really mad experiments behind the scenes lately with his musical endeavors, and tonight we're going to dive right into it and talk more about it. You may know him as Brandon Morton, but tonight we will reintroduce him to the world as a new, up-and-coming artist, Ravénna. Welcome!
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
All right, my friend, let's get right into the heart of the matter, and hopefully you won't feel the need to drive a stake through it. So, I have to ask, why this new persona, as it were? Are you going for like a Chris Gaines thing?
Kind of in a sense. Actually, this is a little bit more true to the heart than Chris Gaines was.
Okay, so you're being yourself. You're not pretending to be somebody else.
Right. This is okay. So in this will kind of probably piggyback off of a lot of the questions, right? So I have borderline personality disorder, right? Which isn't like multiple personalities, but at the same time, yes. I very much wear my heart on my sleeve, and whatever I'm feeling is what you will get. It's all emotions are to an extreme. I do have different personalities, but it's always me. It's just how I'm expressing myself at the time. And this is a project I've wanted to do forever. At least the past 10 years, like seriously, but it was always too chicken to do it, but here is of recent, I'm 35 now. And I want to take the jump before it's too late. And once I'm gone, it doesn't matter who liked it or not,
So tell me, what sets this apart from maybe some of the other projects you've done in the past? Like, how would you, like, if you were to meet somebody on the street and they asked you, how would you describe Ravénna to them?
Okay, so unlike Apache Jericho, this is more melancholic. This is, this is heartstrings and stringed instruments. This is rock and roll with a bit of sadness.
And that's a perfect piggyback for a track that you sent me earlier. You did a cover of John Denver's beautiful classic Annie song. Yeah. And you certainly made it your own, and like you just mentioned, you added that melancholic yet beautiful. There's some string orchestration in there. Your voice was so silky smooth and haunting, and you almost brought like an operatic quality to that song that I never really thought was even possible. I guess my question is, I I like to front load a lot, but I love the track so much, but I was curious to know what specifically got you interested in covering that specific song.
Okay, so growing up, very musical family. Everybody sings or plays an instrument or both, and if they don't, they can hide in the crowd a little bit so it looks like they do something. And my wife's name is Annie, and we're coming up on our anniversary on the 19th, and this is my anniversary present, or as I say, anniversary. And John Denver was always there. He was always playing in the background, along with so many other singer-songwriters. Neil Young, let's see, John Prine, guys like that, Willie Nelson, Jim Croce, stuff like that. And so, funny backstory to how I got to this arrangement, right? So, after Denver released Annie's song, the track made its way over to Finland, and a artist named Freeman did a Finnish, you can say translation, but the lyrics are different. It's called Olet Mun Kaikoluntain, which translates to "You are my sonar." And there's a record label over there that was having, I think, like their 50th anniversary, and Ville Valo from him did a reinterpretation of that Finnish version, and it sounds very much like my version. And I'm such a big him fan and Ville Valo fan that I wanted to pay homage to him, them, and at the same time, treat kindly to my wife.
So, out of curiosity, since you brought it up, is the name Ravénna, and I noticed that you talked about the Finnish connection with the or should we say the Finnish version of Annie's song, just to simplify it a little bit. Would you say there's sort of a Scandinavian bent to some of the music that you're doing? Like, I guess if there's a deliberate connection, I guess, like, what intrigues you about that particular part of the world? Music.
Well, I think European Scandinavian music is a little bit more honest. It's a little bit, like I said earlier, a bit more on the sleeve. Not afraid to truly express yourself. Where here in the States, it's what's going to be the number one hit? What's jiving now? So yeah, in a little bit of regard to that, yeah, it's definitely influenced off of European Scandinavian stuff.
So, what do you want your listeners to feel when they hear Ravénna?
Well, I want them to feel like they're not alone, going kind of off the melancholy train. I don't want people to be afraid to, express themselves however they want to. And I feel like a lot of people, they aren't able to be themselves a lot of the time because of, what their families think or what, their friends think, so on and so forth. And, this is just my way of saying, like, hey, if I do it, you can do it too, So that's a lot of it, because like I said, I wanted to do this forever, but I've been a little bit too chicken poop to do it.
Well, it makes me wonder, like, aside from this this cover of Annie that we got, or Annie's song that we got, I don't want you to spoil anything, because
Right.
obviously, we want folks to go out and explore the world, as it were. But I was curious to see, what I guess what I'm saying, like, do you? I guess the thing is, well, it's really two questions. Do you have other covers that you have in mind, or do you have? I guess so. Like, what's a preview of an original song from you that you can tell us about?
Oh, I don't know if I want to drop any original ideas out there yet. Not because
Sure.
not because I'm afraid of like anybody taking my idea or anything. It's
It's
you
just
know,
not ready.
it's not ready. Yeah, a lot of it hadn't
That's fair.
gotten past like the lyric and piano arrangement, and like I said, it will eventually be like full band rock and roll stuff. But not yet. But I do have. Okay, I'll drop you one cover idea.
Okay.
Was the "Shape of My Heart" by the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, it's
I really do. Yeah.
yeah, that's it's already kind of in that aesthetic.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of a sad boy song.
yeah, and you take away the poppiness of it, and kind of add
Mhm.
like some distorted guitars and stuff. Drop the key maybe, and that's one idea I've had ringing in my head for a couple of days. So,
I would be very, very anxious to hear that.
yeah,
That's I think your sound would be perfect for that, to strip that down and to make it more more melancholic. I think
yeah,
you'd be the one to do that for sure.
yeah. I'm really anxious to see like one, when it happens, and two, like
Hmm.
what the final product will be, because I think it's a wonderful idea, and if somebody beats me to it, I'm gonna be very upset.
All right. Well, so I've got a little lightning round for this for our second half, but before we
Yeah,
get to that, I have one more question. So from here, after the publishing of this interview,
yes.
once you put out the cover of Annie's song, um, where do we go from here? Like, when can we expect the launch of the social media page, or launch of more singles? Like, how is the Ravénna project going to evolve from this point on,
Well,
past the anniversary?
yeah, well, I'm always out here doing stuff. When is next? I don't know.
Okay.
But hopefully soon, because this is something that I am passionate about. Like like we mentioned earlier, I was in Apache Jericho, and I love that music. I love playing with
Hmm.
those guys. It's been awesome, but I never felt like I was fully myself in that. I was writing indie rock country songs, and
Hmm.
and it was fun, and the music's great. But I'm looking forward to really taking this darker twist. But as far as the social media stuff goes, um, you can find me on Instagram right now. I'm still trying to work out the kinks with how social media is. Somebody's already stole your handle 500 times over, and yeah, so yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Right now, I'm a Ravenna. Um, what is it? .official.
Yep, Ravenna.official.
October 19th, everything will be out on all major streaming platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, whatever the difference is there.
Great. Okay.
Deezer is one. Deezer was big in the early 2000s.
I was gonna say, I've never heard of that. I
Yeah.
missed
Oh,
that one.
there's stuff like I think like Jivebox, and so I don't know. But
Wow.
it's going to be on everything.
It's
Um,
every okay.
yeah, YouTube Music, all that.
Great. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I will definitely keep my tabs open for that. If that's what the kids are saying nowadays. But we will definitely put that down below so that folks can access all that. But of course, you'll have links to all of that as well through your Instagram as well, through
Of
your
course.
social media page. So that's great. I trust me, as an old bat, once you get the hang of Instagram, you'll like it. So I'm not being endorsed by the Zuck, but well, I I like his apps, or at least just that one.
He is a good
But
creator.
anyway, moving right along to our little rapid round. Just some random questions for you to think on real quick and just give us, first thing that comes into your head.
Okay.
What's the weirdest or most unexpected place you've written a song lyric?
So, any place that you write a song lyric is the perfect place to write a song lyric. But off of the top of my head, probably on the poupier.
The
toilet.
the Louvre, the water
Yeah.
closet.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm making sure we're speaking the same lingadi.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not a
Okay.
fancy boat or something.
Well, I mean, I would have been neat if you had a lyric that came to you on a fancy boat, but then at that point, it's like, if that happened to you, wouldn't you be more like a yacht rock persona if you're on a fancy boat and all
I
of a
think
sudden
only in theory.
only in theory.
Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any artist, living or passed on, who would it be and why?
Oh, I could say a million, but I'm going with Beethoven because,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, I mean, my favorite musician ever, hands down, just passionate, emotional music, even after hearing loss and going completely deaf. But I would need a German translator who also knew sign language.
Okay, well that disqualifies me. I speak. I know a little bit of German, but the sign language is where I'm lost. So I can do that. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, stop. You
But
put me in a trance.
okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. This isn't going to help anybody.
Right.
But I would think it would also be interesting for you to do a collab, like you and John Denver do a duet on Annie's song. I think that would be pretty neat.
That would be really awesome. Like skiing in the Alps. That's actually where he wrote the song, was skiing in the Alps, and he got done with a skiing session, and I think went back to his lodge, and it just flowed out of him. So flowed? Is it flowed?
That sounds about right.
I will not say flued because he passed in a plane crash.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, I think I think your tact is quite good. But anyway, what is a guilty pleasure song or artist that you secretly love?
I'm ashamed of nothing.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the right answer.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, if you love something, is it really a guilty pleasure? I mean,
Well, I
sure,
mean-
you can you can love it or like it for like strange reasons, but at the end of the day, it's something that you love and you're passionate about. So who cares?
Right, like I still listen to that Middle of Nowhere album by Hanson. That was like that was my first concert that we went to, like, for me. And
Sure.
man, that stuff still slaps.
Yeah. Is that's the album where they do Mbop? Or is
Mbop
that a different one?
Mbop and Where's the Love and all the bangers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, I would always tell people that my guilty pleasure was Bar Rescue. But
Yeah.
after a while, I stopped saying that because it's like, frankly, I love Bar Rescue. I love that show.
Yeah.
Is it quality entertainment? Probably not, but I take joy in it. It's fun.
Yeah.
So
And you
But
should.
I think
You should take joy in it.
exactly,
Like,
exactly.
what's his name? I don't even remember his name.
Oh, it's John Taffer.
John Taffer. You know, they just did over here on Broadway, or not on Broad, but Church Street.
Yes, I
Yes.
missed it. I couldn't believe it because honestly, if I had prior knowledge to it, I totally would have
Oh
gone
yeah.
in as one of the extras. Heck, I could have even been John's recon.
Right.
Of course, you
And
know,
hey,
I might have tipped them off, you know, being a vampire going in to do recon for John Taffer, but
right.
hey.
Yeah, he's a plant. But you know they've been to Murfreesboro before.
Oh, sure, yeah. They've been to
Yeah,
Murfreesboro a lot, like
yeah.
at least 3 times because there was the
Uh,
one
the empty
down
bottle.
empty bottle, yeah, down
Yeah.
231, and then there
Brew
was
you.
the yes, but before that it was a golf bar, but I forgot the
Yes.
name of it off the top of my
And
head.
then it became Party
Fairways.
Pal.
It was called Fairways, and then it became Brew You. Right.
Yes.
So the bar that just opened on Broad that used to be the old Shoney's, it's got
Yes.
John Taffer's seal of approval now. So
Yes. And before it was Fairways, right? I don't know if you had moved here yet. But it was Santa Fe. It was a Santa Fe when I was a child.
really okay,
Yeah.
because I
Nothing
remember
left
Santa
there.
Fe. I remember Santa Fe being off of 96, being in kind of
Yes.
tucked away in that area by Home Depot. But
Yes.
I didn't know that. I had totally forgotten that the spot that you're talking about was a Santa Fe. I didn't know that.
Yep. Sure was. Sure was. Yeah, see?
Wow.
Yep. Here we are. Another cool Murfreesboro fact. It used to be known as Little Seattle. It was referred to as Little Seattle, and we had like 3 different like major underground record labels in town at the time. This was like the early to mid late 90s. We had like Sponge Bath Records. We had Grand Palace. Were you here for Grand Palace? Yeah. Grand Palace was great. Let's see. Yeah, we've had everything. We used to have all the best venues. And I'm too young to have recalled any of it, but Murphy Center used to do shows all the time. Elvis, Garth
I
Brooks.
do remember that.
Yeah, but I don't recall any of that.
Elvis was a good show back in the 50s.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You've seen him.
I flew in. I snuck in as a mask, and I hid in the rafters. So,
Oh yeah, somebody's got to eat all those mosquitoes.
There you go. See, I'm doing my part. What's one superstition, a ritual, or a habit that you have in the studio that seems to actually help you? Or does this question even pertain to you?
No, it does. Low lights, and always at least one candle. I love, just kind of, what everybody refers to as mood lighting.
Mm-hmm.
That calms the nerves and gets you anxious and ready to go.
Is it a scented candle, or does it need to be like non-scented, like more of like a classic wick or something like that?
Well, I'm a big it should be fall year round, so it's either like tobacco, vanilla, or pumpkin spice or something like that. I'm a real dandy when it comes to candles.
Well, I do like fall scents, so I am in the same boat with you in that, well, every day really is Halloween for me, so I am, that is, those are the accoutrements that I'm used to, as
Yes,
it were.
sir.
That's the only French word I can pronounce well.
You can say yes.
We... Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, you're right. I can.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
But don't, I can't, don't ask me to redo my intro in French. because that's
Oh
just
no.
not going to happen.
I took French and I can't do it.
Hey, it's hard. It's a hard language. I don't get. But the thing is, like, I love Spanish. Like, I
Yeah.
can't speak Spanish fluently, but like, living in Los Angeles, I picked up on it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful language and it's very simple. That's really what I appreciate about Spanish. It's a super simple language. But
And if you
French is
appreciate
also. I'm sorry.
I said if you really try to appreciate it along with French, like they're both very gorgeous languages.
They are, and they're both Romance languages. So you
Yeah.
would think that, and because structurally they're the same, but it's like it's the vocabulary in French that I have a hard time with. I can't, because it's easy for me to roll my R's. I don't know if it's a European thing, but I just can't do I can't do whatever they do.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And like you speak a bit of German, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a terrifying language. And
Well, it's
Russian is
similar.
terrifying.
Well, Russian is Cyrillic based, which is
Yeah.
a completely different bag of cats. But German and English are actually very similar. English is a Germanic language, so
I was not aware of that.
those two languages are actually which makes German a little bit difficult because English itself is a very difficult language.
Yes.
But I will say German is probably a little bit simpler because, with English, you could have 1,000 different meanings for one word. But in German, it's a little bit more simplified. So, the vocabulary is a little less, so it is in theory maybe just slightly easier to learn than English if you're a non-English speaker. But it's still, it's still kind of a challenge. But I think German is a very beautiful language. Personally, I've always really liked German, and I do like Slavic languages as well. Languages based in Cyrillic.
Right.
Polish is a really beautiful language.
No, and I think probably my thought of when I hear German is, and I hate to put this on all Germans, but you think of all those like Hitler speeches, very aggressive, very intense. He meant what he was saying. I don't agree with what he was saying, but man, terrifying.
Well, I tell you what, as a good palate cleanser, check out the music of Peter Fox, particularly a song called House am See, which is, in English, it translates basically as House on the Lake. It's a great song.
Okay, yeah. You got to send that to me because I love checking out new stuff.
I will. Yeah, I'll send you the link.
And the next thing I have to compare it to, next to Hitler, is Rammstein. Like, it's like, where's the chill button in this country?
Right, yeah. Where is the chill button in this language?
But they have great beverages and great sausages, so who can be that mad?
See, and they have nice fashion sense when you think about the lederhosens.
Yeah. If I could get away with wearing lederhosen at work, I would do it.
What's the strangest compliment that you've ever received about your music?
So nothing with his current project because it's fresh off the boat.
It's brand new.
Yeah, brand new. But in the Apache days, how we would get compared to Kings of Leon all the time, and that's okay with me, because
when I heard you guys play, I didn't pick up on that.
What you're talking about at the Scuffle Moss show, right? Not
yeah. When you opened for us at the show, was it last month? I guess. Yeah.
Have you listened to the recordings any? Okay, if you haven't.
I think. Well, no. I think I want to say that I listened to. Well, I listened to King of the World. That wasn't. But that felt more of like a country vibe to me.
Listen to Let's Lay Down. That was actually written for my wife, like the day after I met her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I was very heavily listening to Kings of Leon at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, you know, and no, it's not a guilty pleasure. It's just a
Nope,
pleasure.
'cause there you go. We're all
Yeah.
passionate about it. What's one thing you'd do on stage if nobody was watching you?
Oh, urinate at leisure.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because
Wasn't there a celebrity? Didn't Katy Perry do that at a concert like a couple of weeks ago? Or did I hear that correctly?
I don't know if she has done it because I don't keep tabs on Katy Perry. I think she's a lovely gal. I think she was married to one of the coolest guys in the world, um but I know for a fact that Mr. Osborne used to dump a bucket of water over himself so he could relieve himself on stage and nobody would notice.
Well, and you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not much on being wet, so I'm not dousing myself in water. I just
it's a bridge too far.
yeah. So until you know, this imaginary peeing at leisure thing becomes a thing, I'm just gonna have to hold it.
Well, I got one more question for the rapid round.
Okay.
I've noticed that you have a wall of guitars. So
Yes.
speaking of, if any of your guitars could talk to you, what do you think they would say about you?
I don't know if it'd necessarily be about me, but they would probably say, "I feel so small in your big, strong arms." I don't know.
Isn't that what we all want of our instruments to say for us?
Yeah, or significant others, or anything. I'll take any
More
compliment I
along
can
the
get.
lines of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you make love to these things. It's kind of why you do it, right? I mean, if nobody else is appreciating it, at least they are. You know.
Well, I think we'll wrap there. But Brandon, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck to you, for Ravénna, and for all of your endeavors beyond here. Well, check them out, Spooks and Spookettes. Ravénna.official on Instagram. Music's coming out soon, and be sure to enjoy and download wherever music is downloadable. His cover of Annie's song. Thanks again, Brandon.
Hey, thank you, Drahoon. We'll talk to you soon.
And always remember that as far as things go, when things go bump in the night, there are such things.
From ghoulies and ghosties.
From ghoulies and ghosties.
And long-leggedy beasties.
And
and
long-legged
long-legged
beasties. And things that go bump in the night. Good Lord!